Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tremani Hutchison. I am a sophomore currently attending Johnson C. Smith's class of 2025. My major is performing arts, specifically acting, and today I will be talking to you about what alcohol can do to you, specifically in young people. I'll first start off by telling you all a story about my aunt's friend, Erin. So, Erin, at just the age of 5, her parents were fighting a lot. Her dad was an alcoholic and he used to beat on her mom. And that gave her mom the excuse to have to beat on her and her siblings. And so with that being said, around the age of 10, so the social services came and they knocked on Erin's door one day and they took her and her other siblings away. So when they were taken away, they all were split up as well. And with them being split up, they all went different places. Erin ended up getting 5 foster families. 3 out of those 5 foster families molested and raped her and also beat her. One of those foster families caught her doing things that she wasn't supposed to, and they would beat her, and it would be so bad to the point where she would have webs on her bodies and different marks over her body. At the age of 13, Erin was introduced to cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol, all different types of drugs. One day, her dad, he caught her in the mix of smoking a joint. And when she was smoking a joint, he said, okay, I got something for you. Since you want to do that, I got something for you. And that's when he said, go in the closet. They had a walk-in kind of closet. So he wanted her to go in the closet. And she already knew what time it was. And so she was already just like she hated this. And the whole reason why she was smoking was to cope with what she had going on in her life. And so when he took her in the closet, he raped her. She said that was the worst time she had ever been raped out of all the times she was raped. And this was at the age of 16. Well, 15, but she turned 16 the week afterwards, she had said. And that he raped her for punishment because he caught her smoking. Fast forward into her life, she's now 51. Well, she was 51 when I spoke with her, and she said that alcohol was her main drug. She said she got marijuana from time to time, but alcohol was the main drug that actually did it for her. And so she said alcohol made her forget different things and made her black out. She said she also did a lot of crazy things with alcohol. She said she's been to the point where she's done prostitution. She said one day she had just been out of a club and she was wasted completely, and this guy had offered to give her $150, and so she gave up her body for $150. But she said she was drunk, and then she woke up in a hotel room. And she said that's when she had realized, when she's seeing the $150 right next to her, she was like, okay, so now I'm in this. And then another story with her being an alcoholic is one time she got scammed out of her money as being an alcoholic, because one time they said they would give her $500 and she woke up, it never was there. So she had basically got raped and molested throughout the times what she were doing for money. Well, she gave permission, but yes. And she said now to this day, that holds on her heavily ever since she was younger. All the things she's been through in her life holds a heavy weight on her, and that caused her depression, anxiety, PTSD, and that all affects her mental health. Not just her mental health, anyone's mental health who went through all of those different traumatic experiences affects your mental health. Alcohol can cause depression, anxiety, and mental health issues on young people specifically. Now I will talk to you guys about how underage drinking can affect the body, the negative impacts that alcohol have on young adults in their personal relationships, how drinking and driving can affect a person, specifically a young person. Many people do not realize How alcohol can affect your mental health, especially in younger people. So, different lifestyles of young adults that become alcoholics. So usually it's like, for instance, the story I just told you about Aaron. It's usually about how they grew up, what they've been through, the traumatic experiences that they have experienced. Or sometimes it could be because you don't get your way. Sometimes people just want to drink. Sometimes people just like the feeling. Sometimes people just have bad anxiety and they don't know how other ways to cope with it. They don't know how to ask for help. And when you don't know how to ask for help, a lot of people, they just use that as, okay, let me go straight to a drug instead of going to go get help from a counselor or a therapist. Alcohol, it can really mess up a person's body, according to Baines and Bowden in the Australian and New Zealand Journal of Public Speaking. According to them, in 2022, Bowden and Baines wrote that alcohol can affect a younger person's body. It can affect you mentally because you don't know what you're doing. You're in a different type of situation where you don't know what to do or how to handle certain situations as you would if you were sober. You're not thinking to your fullest. Alcohol can give you a very slurred voice, a different tone. It can make you be more open, just different person that you would be, a different version of yourself that you would be if you were sober versus if you were drunk and wasted. Next, I will talk to you guys about the negative impacts, the negative effects alcohol has on interpersonal relationships. So, alcohol can cause anxiety and depression in your relationship specifically. So let's say you're in a relationship with a significant other. They want you to come somewhere with them. You don't have it in you to go with them because you need to go get this drink, or you need to go get that joint, or you need to go get that drug, anything. And so that's already betraying them because you're leaving them for a drink, something that you feel that you need to have. Or if you're going to an event and you feel that you need to be drunk or you need to go smoke, it's more so of when you feel like it's a need. Alcohol is not a need for you, but when you feel that it is a need for you, it can affect the relationships that you have around you. I know some relationships that have broke up because they can't get rid of the alcohol addiction that they have inside of them. Next, I will talk to you guys about how drinking and driving can affect a person. According to Erickson and Smith in their story of the 1999, drinking alcohol and driving can kill you. Young people, they tend to go to different parties and have a great time and drink. And when they drink, they get in the car and they drive. And once they drive, you're not only putting your life in danger, but you're putting another person's life in danger. You could collide into someone else's car and with you being drunk or wasted, and you can kill that person and not even kill yourself. And then you can kill yourself as well in the mix of that. All because of something that you thought that alcohol could fix. And it's a temporary fix. As Aaron told me, it's only temporary. Alcohol could kill you. How to prevent drinking and driving, from Bartle in 2019 in the Alcohol Addiction Journal. Ways to prevent drinking and driving. If you're going to do alcohol, have a designated driver, someone to drive you. Do not get behind the wheel. Don't drink as much. If you know you have to drive, maybe just take one. Don't get the second or the third or the fourth one. If you're underage, don't drink at all. That could kill you and possibly kill someone else. 90% of people die this year with car accidents of being drunk. or wasted or just off of drugs. Those people have died or they have killed someone else. That's a very high chance. Underage drinking is caused by something in a person's past that triggers an alcoholic. I will end with a quote. Do not drink and drive. Thank you.